Good afternoon to everybody. I thank the Economist and John and the team that organizes this very, very important event, of course. Let me tell you that I will say a few things concerning the question we have been asked, and then I will elaborate a bit further on a couple of issues. First thing, the answer to your question, John, whether Cyprus can be a paradigm is yes, of course, it can be a paradigm in the broader area. 28 years ago, we had a meeting in Budapest with the then Foreign Minister of Israel, Shimon Peres, who was, the wise man of the diplomacy in the Eastern Mediterranean, certainly, and beyond. And we asked him to help us to start the accession negotiations between Cyprus and the European Union, because he was very, very influential. And he said to us, yes, I will help you. And we started saying, thank you, thank you, thank you. And he said, don't thank me. I'm not doing this for you. I'm doing this for us, for my own country, because the accession of Cyprus to the EU brings Europe closer to Israel and Israel closer to Europe. And today, we are the outermost country of the European Union in this area. And by definition, we have an important role to play in an area and in an era, because in recent years we have seen so much turbulence in the Eastern Mediterranean. We have seen a lot of things happening and a lot of changes and a lot of, if you like, things that were appending the order we were thinking we are having. Therefore, Cyprus needs to fully play its part, but first and foremost should make this context, if you like, an element that will contribute to solve our problem in order to fully play our role. And my idea, if you like, and what I'm trying to say is that, I'm inspired by Jean Monnet, who put in the Schuman Declaration this notion, if you want to change the problem, change the context. And also by the notion of building the organic conditions of peace. In our part of the world, in order to have, peace and prosperity, you need to create the organic conditions. And we can do this. We can contribute in doing this by many ideas and many things we can do with the whole region, with our European partners, and of course, eventually, by creating a win-win situation with Turkey. It is very clear that, what we call here in Cyprus the status quo, is at the end of the day just a legal fiction, because what we have in front of us is a steamroller that moves in the wrong direction, and if we don't manage to do something, then what we're going to have is partition, and it is something at the end of the day integration of the occupied part of Cyprus to Turkey. Therefore, we need to act quickly. We need to use all the elements and all the assets we might have. Natural gas was mentioned. There are many more. There are actions towards the Turkish Cypriot community that even now we can undertake. There are also a series of other things, including using the tools of the European Union, mainly the approach of the EU more for more, in order to make sure that, for instance, the special relationship of Turkey with the EU, or the modernization of the customs union, or the implementation of the Ankara Protocol which, if you like, is the stumbling block for this modernization of the customs union, advance in a way that we will create a win-win situation. And of course, natural gas, I was mentioning that, we need, first and foremost, bring our own natural gas to Cyprus after 11 years we discovered it for our own needs. And we need also to be able to give to the Turkish Cypriot community as much as they need at the same cost price and as we're going to have it ourselves. So, and then by doing all this and by using, of course, multilateral diplomacy, all the partnerships we can create, all the avenues that can be open to us slowly, slowly, and little by little, create conditions that will allow the resumption of the negotiation and eventually covering the last remaining mile for the settlement of the Cyprus problem. I finish by saying that it's an illusion to believe that we have many options. It's either continue where we left, by communal and by zonal federation with political equality as defined by Security Council resolutions, or is division, partition, integration. We have to be very clear. Thank you, John.